Today I have 15 Dollar Tree ornaments to share with you and I can't wait, so let's get straight to it. One of my favorite things that Dollar Tree has this year are these little DIY 3D kits. I think such a good deal for just $1. So grab a couple of those as well as a couple of ornaments. You're going to use those as your base. If you can't get the metal ones, go ahead and grab these wooden ones. I've used those as well for bases for different ornaments and they are great. I'll make sure I link that video for you to check out in the description box. These ornaments, all I'm using are the trees in the little house and saving the rest of the pieces for a future project. So you want to go ahead and paint your trees, and I'm using some Waverly chalk paint, but any paint that you have on hand will work just fine. I painted the trees green, the trunks brown, and the bottom part that is supposed to be snow I painted white. After that, I went in with some puffy paint, which honestly I probably haven't used since early 1990. And decided to add in some white puffy paint along the snow to add in some texture, as well as on top of the green to look like some fallen snow on top of the tree branches. And I really think that the texture that it added is what made the difference on this. Then for the little cottage or house, I painted the entire thing with Waverly's chalk paint in fawn. Gave it a good base coat, and then this time I went in with the red and white puffy paint, and I alternated the colors in little dots around the roof of the house. Also taking them on the lower roof and then adding some white on top of the chimney to look like snow. Then I went again around the door frame and did some more alternating of dots, giving a little bit more gentle of a squeeze to make it tinier dots, to be a little bit careful because I didn't want to overwhelm the door frame. So just teeny tiny little dots around that door frame, and I think it looks like the cutest little gingerbread house. I really wanted these to pop, so I decided to go ahead and paint mine, and I actually think that spray paint sticks better to metal, so that is what I did. I took it out to my spray tent. I painted one of them red and the other one white. Once all the paint is dried, now it's time for you to go ahead and add your scene onto your ornament, and to do that, I think the best way is to use some super glue, and I really like the gel super glue that you can pick up at Dollar Tree. Just apply some of that to the back of it, and then pop it right onto the ornament. For the cottage itself, I wanted mine to pop off, so I'm using some of the Dollar Tree beads, and I just grabbed the smallest size. I love that they come in a pack. I just picked out 4 of those in the smallest size, and I super glued those onto the back of the little cottage because I wanted it to pop up. And once I got those super glued on, then I could super glue that straight onto the ornament itself so that it would nestle inside of those trees. And I really like the dimension that the beads added to this. To hang these, all I did was add some ribbon into the hole that was provided on the top. And then these ornaments are done, and I absolutely love them. They make such a statement, and they were so easy to do. You can also take one of these 3D sets and make just a really easy ornament by simply taking it out of the package and painting it. So here I have some Waverly chalk paint and ink. I'm watering it really thinly and painting the main characters in this nativity set. So the wise men, Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus. And then I'm taking Waverly's wax and antique, and I'm doing the stable as well as the base. Once everything dries, all you need to do is use some wood glue to secure it all down so it will stay in place, and then add some twine so it goes inside of the star on the stable to hang it onto your tree. So simple and easy, but makes such a statement. For this ornament, you're going to need one of these metal ornaments or one of these wooden ornaments, and then you're going to give it a base coat. I chose to go with the color white. After that, you're going to grab one of these die cut packages. You get this in the education section at Dollar Tree, and you're going to pick out the numbers 25 for the 25th of December, and you're going to need some spray adhesive. I like the Gorilla Glue one. Shake it up really well and spray the back of your numbers. Let it sit for a couple of minutes and then pop it onto your ornament. Once you have those in place, you're going to take your second color and give them a good coat. I went with the color red and let it sit. Once it's sat for a little bit, then go ahead and pop those numbers off, and you have a really cute 2-5. Now, to really jazz this up, once that second coat is completely dry, I went in with some puffy paint, and I took it around the edges of the ornament as well as the edges of the number. So I just thought it was fun to go in with black and white because I thought that really popped off of the red. But you could do so many different things with this to really give it some different texture and have some fun with it. So many different options. I just really loved adding that 2/5 for the 25th of December. Dollar Tree carries these clear ornaments every year, and you want to make sure that you grab them when you see them, as well as some of this paint. Make sure you go ahead and pick up a couple of colors. I grabbed the red and the white, and you're going to use these to give this ornament a very high-end look. So what you're going to do is pop off the top, and then you're going to start with your lighter color paint by adding it into your ornament, and you're going to just add it in a little bit at a time, put in a little bit, and then you're going to tap it around so that it can start covering the inside of the ornament. And as you get it going all the way around the ornament, then you're going to tap it off onto a paper towel or to a plate to get out the excess. And then you're going to add a little bit more until you have it about halfway covered on the inside. And then you can switch to your other color and do the exact same thing. Once you have it completely covered, make sure that you continue to tap it out to get out any excess paint that you have, because you really want it to be a thin coat on the inside so that it will be able to dry. Go ahead and leave it upside down for a little while to dry. Once it's dried a little bit, then you can pop that top right back on. It does still have a slit, so it will continue to dry even once you put that top back on. Not only is this a stunning ornament, but how fun would this be for kids and grandkids to do as well? If you're looking for a little bit less messy of an option, grab one of these clear ornaments. It already has a little design on it. Pop off the top, grab a bag of red pom-poms, fill it up, pop that top back on, and you have a super cute and easy ornament. Now, I decided to use some green ribbon to tie it off to hang on my tree, as well as wrap it around the very top of it, securing that with some hot glue. And I think it looks so cute and festive. Another great one for kids and grandkids to help you with. Absolutely love it. I love these cute little ornaments that Dollar Tree has this year. They are darling, and I'm going to show you 3 different ways that you can fill them using Dollar Tree supplies. For the snowman, I chose to go in with little white pom-poms to fill him up, but you could also use some faux snow. I just love the idea of the pom-poms being cozy. It just seems like perfect for like winter. So I got them all filled up, and then I went in with some Arteza paint markers to add in some characteristics to add a little bit more color to him. Once that was all done, I just think he is adorable. How cute and fun would this be for a kid or grandkid to do as well? So much fun with this. So for the gingerbread, I have these glitter vase fillers, and I have chose to use the darker color to make it look a little bit like a toasted gingerbread. So I'm picking those out and I'm filling him up, and only 1 bag is all you need to completely fill him. And then you're gonna pop that top right back on. As you can see, he's lost a little bit of his characteristics, so I went ahead and made him a little bow, pop that on, and then I'm using some paint markers to bring back some of those characteristics. These are from Arteza, and I added in eyes, mouth, and then on top of where his buttons are as well. For Santa, I'm also using these little vase fillers, but these are the little foam ones. And so at first I went in and I thought a funnel would be the best way to get them in so they wouldn't go anywhere. But honestly, I learned quickly it was just easier to go straight from the bag into the ornament. Because this is Santa, I went ahead and I painted the top black, but you could also do red or white. And again, I used the Arteza paint markers to add in a little bit more to his features. I'm not gonna lie, I also think he would be really good filled up with like red M&Ms. That would be a fun gift idea. New to Dollar Tree this year are these garland bells. I think they are darling, and I love this red and green one, but they also come in solid colors as well. You can pick up a pack of balloons at Dollar Tree, blow up a balloon to about the size of a lemon, and then take your garland and you're gonna wrap it around one direction, and then you're gonna wrap it over itself so that it sticks. The wire will keep it in its place. Then go ahead and pop your balloon, take a ribbon, wrap it around the top of it, tie it off, and then you have yourself a super cute little jingle bell ornament. For this ornament, you are going to need a wood ornament as well as some tissue paper from Dollar Tree. I saw this on Facebook. I was so wowed, I had to share it with you. So you're going to start off with a piece of tissue paper that is larger than your wood ornament, and you also are going to need some glue, just regular stick glue, and you're going to take that glue all over the front of your ornament. Then go ahead and place your tissue paper on top of the ornament and smooth it out, covering up all the edges. You may want safety gear for the next part because you are going to be using a lighter. So you're going to take a lighter and you are going to start burning from one end, being very careful. You could also hold this with a pair of tongs if you are concerned. And as you burn it, watch how it burns all the way to the edge of the ornament and it stops. It will clean up your edges perfectly. I specifically am doing this with a tree so that you can see that it will just stop and cut around that tree exactly the way that you want it. I absolutely love this. I thought this was one of the coolest things that I have seen. I wish I could give credit to the original person that came up with this or did it. If you happen to know, please leave that in my comments because I would love to give credit where credit is due. Because it's tissue paper, all you have to do is take something pokey to poke out the original hole, add some twine, and then it's ready to be hung on your tree. It's absolutely fun, and then you can just do whatever you want. Choose whatever tissue paper style you want. The options are endless. This is such a fun technique. I did the exact same technique, but this time I'm using one of these round discs. Again, I applied the glue and the tissue paper on top and then burned it to clean up those edges. And again, I'm using one of the wooden ornament Christmas trees from Dollar Tree. I just hot glued that straight on, applied some ribbon around the edges, hot gluing that on. I tied a little bow and added that to the top of it and some twine in the back. I just used a little bit of hot glue to secure that in. I think that this is another really cute way to do this. I did the same thing with this other wooden disc, again, using that original tissue paper that I had used. I'm really curious if you have ever seen this technique before, if this is the first time you're ever seeing it, would you try it? I asked some of my friends, I showed some of my friends, and this was the very first time they had ever seen it. So I just want to know, what are your thoughts and feelings? I will say personally, I don't feel comfortable enough to let children try this. That is not my intention at all. This is definitely something that needs to be adult only. To finish out this ornament, I took another wood snowflake ornament, painted it white, and hot glued it on, and then took a piece of twine and hot glued that to the back so that I could hang it from my tree. I really do think that these are just so much fun. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!